He doesn't realize it, but President Biden's national security advisor made a major speech that outlines a grim future for the U.S. and the world. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. If you really want to get downcast about the future of the U.S., then read a speech recently given by Jake Sullivan, Joe Biden's national security advisor. He thought he was outlining a dynamic vision of where this administration wants to take the country and the world. Dystopian would be more accurate. Free markets? Forget them. Without government guidance, Sullivan avers, free market economies will go in undesirable directions. He reels off the usual tropes about inequality, stock buybacks, hollowing out manufacturing, sending jobs overseas, letting China and others take the lead on semiconductors and other critical technologies. He scorns, quote, tax cutting, deregulation, privatization over public action, trade liberalization as an end in itself, end quote. We need more government planning, he says, less reliance on free markets. Quote, a modern American industrial strategy identifies specific sectors that are foundational to economic growth, strategic from a national security perspective, and where private industry on its own isn't poised to make the investments to secure our national ambitions. It deploys targeted public investments in these areas, end quote. Forcing the use of renewables, primarily windmills and solar panels, is a top priority, as well as waging war against fossil fuels. Quote, but to harness that opportunity, America needs a deliberate, hands-on investment strategy to pull forward innovation, to drive down costs and create good jobs, end quote. His raps about free markets are off base. Inequality? People want rising incomes, thanks to tax cuts enacted in 2017 that both benefited business and individuals. Wages for lower income earners and minorities rose faster than those in higher income brackets. Semiconductors? The U.S. has a 5-year lead on advanced chip architecture over China. Manufacturing? It was hurt by a binge of mostly unjustified regulations in the early years of this century. Deregulation, as well as tax cuts during the Trump years, saw manufacturing doing better. As for government forcing the use of renewables, this has sharply raised energy costs in Germany and elsewhere to levels more than double our own. And renewables are a notoriously unreliable energy source. Moreover, greater production of green energies require massive, environmentally disastrous increases in mining. The focus on non-renewables also will damage developing countries with artificially high energy costs, which is why India, China, and others are going all out on fossil fuels. What Sullivan and his ilk conveniently ignored is that economies guided by governments in the way Sullivan envisions, invariably do worse than those geared to free enterprise. U.S. growth rates over the years have vastly outperformed those of statist European nations. Sullivan's massive distaste for free markets actually reflects a distrust of free people. Markets, after all, are people making countless decisions every day. Trust the people, not government. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.